Hey y'all, welcome back to Tales from the Dryer. The Dryer. This story today is about a client that I've had for about 10 years. And it just, one of the big things about listening to my clients, just their lives, in my mind, it plays like movies. And they're so interesting. So I figured, y'all would like it too. And it play like a movie for y'all. Tell this good story. Anyway, I have this client, and she comes in, um, and she moves here from Mississippi to Charlotte, and I ended up getting her. She went to like a Great Clips or something, and just because she saw a black stylist in there, so that black stylist recommended me to her to me, because she wanted more than just a haircut. So beautiful girl. I mean, chocolate, dark chocolate skin, flawless, with no makeup. Just very beautiful girl. Her hair was very long and curly. And she would come to me to get her hair blown out straight. Um, and for years we've been doing it, and it's probably every 3 weeks or so like that. But her hair would stay really straight. And when I met her, she just was very down to earth girl, real nice, and we hit it off real quick, and it's just been like that ever since. And as the years have gone on, she says that people have a perception of her, um, just because of her beauty, that she's not as smart, or she they try to take advantage of her, um, because they think she's just beauty and no brains. But far from the truth. Far from the truth. Anyway, her story is very interesting. She was in Mississippi, which she was born and raised in Mississippi, and she went to school in Mississippi too, and on college in school in Mississippi, and she met this guy that you know I don't know where she was, just out of nowhere, and they hit it off. Maybe they were at a club or something, and they hit it off really well. And he would fly in. He lived in Georgia, and he would fly down to Mississippi like every weekend and take her out and do stuff and blah blah blah. And then finally one day he was just like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to take you out of Mississippi." And she was like, "What you mean you get ready to take me out of Mississippi?" He literally asked her to marry him and packed her up, as in, we finna fly away back to Georgia, and they gonna pack up this house. She didn't have to lift a finger. Packed up the house, and boom, they were then in Georgia. Um, so she said that they lived in Georgia for about 4 years, and then they moved to New York. And she never told me what he did for a living, um, initially. Uh, and I was just like, I'm nosy, so part of me was like, something sounds real, something sounds real fishy. I don't really know what's going on, but hey, whatever. They end up moving to Charlotte, and I met him. Very nice guy. He invested in a um, dentist offices. It was a chain of dentist offices here in Charlotte, and he was an investor of the dentist office. I shouldn't have did that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have did them air quotes. He was an investor of the dentist office, and she worked part time. Uh, she didn't, do a whole lot. Um, she was just kind of chilling. She'd come and get her hair done, and we talk, and everything was cool. Um, then I noticed that she had a bruise, kind of on the side of her face, very faint. What's wrong with your face? That's me. Go right into it, asking questions. Oh, nothing. I hit my head up against something. Oh, all right then. We go on. a couple of days, weeks later, she got a little cut on her lip. Life goes on. And of course, making mental notes of all of this the entire time. Y'all have no idea. I thought being nosy was just a thing that no, it's extremely observant, and I don't forget. And it's for a reason. It's a gift. It really is. It is a gift. Because we can go back and I can pinpoint to you how something transpired based on these notes that I took over these years. She bounces a check with me. That's how long ago this was. She still write. I don't, granted, I still have clients that write checks to today. But she bounced the check. And she called and said, my checking account has been frozen. I'll get you your money as soon as I can. No problem. Not that big of a deal. Immediately, boom, everything in me starts sparkling. Shout out to Larry Reed. He said his tingle tangles. That's exactly, my tingle tangles was going off. I was like, frozen. You didn't just say, oh, it wasn't no money in there or what have you. Some stuff got crossed up. Frozen. Come to find out, he had been money laundering, and the feds had been looking at him for years. And when he went down, she went down. They had separate accounts and stuff, so her stuff eventually got back going. But he ended up going to jail for a period of time. And she didn't have nothing. Like, that's where she got all of her income from, for the most part. She did work part-time. And like I said, she had a degree, so eventually she got up and got a job and was able to make stuff, work for her. But for a little bit there, she was struggling. She was struggling bad. But she would come in and I'd be like, listen, just come get your hair done. Because I know, and people can attest to this, when your hair looks good, you feel good. And that's just the truth. You're able to make other stuff happen when your hair looks nice. I said, we can talk about money later. Come in, just don't miss your hair appointments. Get your hair done so that you can go on and do whatever it is that you need to do. But he had been money laundering for years, like before he even met her. That was his thing. He had been money laundering. The the dentist offices got shut down, and they took everything. When I say everything, everything. They took their house. They took all of her clothes. They took, purses. She had, real nice fur coats. Everything. They took everything. But she was able to bounce back and get it all back. And, well, not all back, but, be able to bounce back and to be able to live now. When we talk about it, she just says, I knew it wasn't right. She was like, but it was such a life. It was such a life to live. She said it was always full going. Anything that she ever wanted, he gave it to her. I mean, she literally, when I met her, she wore a $40,000 engagement ring. $40,000. I get it. People out here balling nowadays. Most of us ain't wearing no $40,000 engagement ring. Let's tell the truth. Turn to your neighbor and say, let's tell the truth. Did you turn to your neighbor? So, for her to just have any and everything that she ever wanted, sometimes people turn blind eyes to stuff. And you got to know when you turn that blind eye, that might come back up on you. But it's just the tenacity of the woman. she was able to get herself back together and move on with her life. And, you know, as a matter of fact, she got an appointment coming up next week. So I'll see her back in the salon. So that's just a little something. I always thought it was interesting. It's a lot more to that story, but for the sake of not telling y'all all their business, I ain't gonna tell y'all all their business. So anyway, hope y'all well. Love you. Bye.